Today we're diving into a question I get all the time. How do you deal with sugar cravings? I eat sugar, yes, I do. But after 5 years of eating one meal a day, I've learned some things that help me to eat sugar but not have it control my life, my eating window, or my mind. If you've ever opened your eating window with something sweet and you found yourself craving sugar the rest of the day, stay tuned. I've got tips, my personal experience, and a mindset shift that just might make the difference for you. Make sure you stay tuned to the very end because I'm going to share a bonus tip with you that I think really makes a big difference. But my number one favorite tip, and I learned this the hard way, is don't open your eating window with sugar. When I first started fasting, I would open my eating window with anything. And that meant if it was a donut or an iced latte, so what? I'm in my eating window. That backfired. Not only can I tell a difference in how I feel, I've actually tested this with a continuous glucose monitor. And at the end of this, I will link actual videos to share the data behind this. But when I open my eating window with sugar, I have a giant glucose spike. I feel the difference. I don't feel as good. And I want sugar the rest of my eating window. Not only does starting my eating window with something sugary make me want more sugar, it just makes me want to eat more in general. So now I simply wait. If I'm going to have a donut or I'm going to have a latte, I have it after I eat something more nutrient dense, preferably my entire meal. That actually leads us right into tip number 2. Have your sweets at the end of your eating window. If I want sugar, I just wait until after my main meal to eat it. At that point, I've already had the protein, the healthy fat, the veggies, all the good stuff. And these good things are going to help me to have less of a glucose reaction and help with digestion. Not only do I feel better this way, but honestly, I probably end up eating less sugar and less dessert this way because there's simply less room for it. The science behind the order in which you eat your food is pretty fascinating. So if you're curious, I highly recommend you get this book. I have it linked below, but I read this just on a personal curiosity journey. When I started tracking my blood sugar and testing different things, this book was really important and eye-opening. You can probably get it at your library if you don't want to order it like I did. It's full of approachable information on how the order of the food you eat impacts your blood sugar. It's so helpful. And again, I'm someone that doesn't like to focus on restriction, so I can eat the foods that I like, maybe just in a different order. Number 3 is a mindset shift, and this was a big one for me. I personally didn't have a hard time making this choice, but I know some people do. This shift is I allow sugar. Period. There are no off-limit foods. I don't have to have a diety version. I don't have to substitute sugar for something else. I allow sugar in my diet. What has this done for me? It removes the guilt, it removes the shame, and I can approach my decision making not from a point of restriction, but thinking of what I really want. There's no more, I better eat the whole thing because I won't let myself have it tomorrow. The restriction mindset is what made sugar so powerful in my life before. Now I can eat my favorites without shame, and because it's not forbidden, I'm not eating out of rebellion or scarcity. I'm simply asking myself, do I actually want to enjoy this right now? And if I do want it, I enjoy it. And if I decide that I don't, I skip it. There's no drama either way. And here's the fun part. By the time I get to tip 3, if I followed tip 1, not opening my eating window with sugar, and I followed tip 2, that I eat the sugar at the end of my eating window if I want it, tip 3, deciding if I actually want it and how much I want, is much easier. Now, I do want to share with you before I get to the bonus tip that this is all based on my experience. I've never been one that prioritizes sugar over something savory. If you offered me something delicious and savory or something delicious and sweet, savory is what I'm more drawn to. So I do need to share that. I'm not one that has always been like a sugar addict. I enjoy my sweets, but they've never been my favorite thing. I love saucy, salty, flavorful food way more than the sugary stuff, so I'm just sharing all of this as my personal approach. I enjoy sweets, but I definitely don't live for dessert. If you have more of a sweet tooth than I do, just know it's okay. We all have different starting points, and it's totally okay to take your time in adapting. I do still believe that these strategies can help you to stabilize your cravings and just take the urgency out of needing to get sugar. Now it's time for the bonus tip. I keep some of my favorite sweet, satisfying, small snacks on hand. I'm talking mini Albanese gummy bear packs or even brown sugar boba, popsicle, little snacks that aren't giant, not high in calories, but they're sweet, They're my favorites and they're satisfying so that if I have a larger meal, I can have something sweet to end the eating window, just the kiss to end the night. And it gives me that satisfaction without me having to have a full-on indulgent dessert every night. Just little things that give me that sweet bite without dragging me back into craving mode. I've actually shared a bunch of my go-to small sweets right here in this video. Go check them out if you want some small sweets to end your eating window without going overboard. And the video will be linked in the description where I talk about testing my blood sugar. At the end of the day, this lifestyle is about freedom and joy, not rules and restriction. If you struggle with sugar cravings, try to give yourself structure without shame. These few small changes have made a huge difference in my life, and I hope that they help you too. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao, Donna, ciao.